Jason called me.
What did he say?
He said he's going to do something big.
Tuesday.
If you don't find him,
we'll find him.
There's only one episode left.
I'm going to need you to tell me every detail.
Until the mid-season finale.
The president wants to see me. That man is on the warpath. Don't go in there.
The pressure is on.
If we do this, we will keep you safe.
he's going to the press.
And someone is about to break.
If he talks, we're all going down.
Tyler Perry's The Oval.
All right, Oval fans, we have the trailer for next week's episode, Season 5, Episode 10, entitled Sound of Silence, airing December 19th. Sam's loyalty is questioned when he's caught in an unexplainable situation. With Jason back in the picture, Victoria is nervous the truth will surface. Well, let me put it this way. For one point in the positive side of things, at least this trailer feels like an episode trailer, because while the 100th episode, the trailer, the hype was real. The trailer itself was more like a compilation of things we had already seen, with not much to actually talk about in terms of here's what to expect in episode 100. And when you combine the 15-second promo you just saw, as well as the end credit promo at the end of last night's episode, there's really not much to talk about here either. But hey, I do what I do. I make lemonade out of the 1 or 2 lemons that the Oval trailers give me. So this might be a little small glass to kind of quench your thirst until next week. But if the 30-second promo drops in the next couple of days and that trailer has substantial, scenes or dialogues to go over, I'll do it in a separate video. But simply put, Victoria's panicking. She's running to Donald to just say, hey, Jason called me. And Donald is, trying to calm her down. Hey, he's not going to talk, right? Because if he talks and tries to bring us down, that means he's also going to, burn himself. And Victoria's like, he'll do it. I get earlier in the show, how we talked about how exposing his family, but then he's like, I don't want to go to jail. And kind of like Wyatt, I'm going to tell it all to the DA, but I don't want to go to jail, Dad. I guess maybe Jason has now found himself in a I have nothing to lose kind of, demeanor, which honestly makes sense. His mom literally tried to kill him, and he's been on the run, and people have come after him. So, yeah, I think that he might actually do it. But I still say it's stupid for him to tell his mom as opposed to just showing up and doing it. But then again, you could argue that, well, if he did, people probably wouldn't believe he was the first son because, he had a televised funeral and everything like that. So people could probably think it's a hoax. And then again, nowadays, people are that short. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah. Okay. While Kareem is locked up in a bunker, it looks like Alonzo's taunting him about his cousin. It's like, hey, did his cousin tell you about the body? And Kareem's like, wait, what are you talking about? And I'm like, wait a minute. Does Alonzo know about that whole body that was found at Kareem's apartment that he thought was Barry? But then it turned out it wasn't Barry, because allegedly that body was rolled up in the rug and then thrown at the construction site, and then the cops found some belongings that Richard said belonged to Barry, but then when he actually went to the police station, saw the body, that's not my son, and these things aren't his, even though he identified them in the finale of season 4. But does this mean Alonzo or somebody else put the body there, or was this just a whole setup? I don't know. Richard is talking to Nancy because Nancy does make her way down to the White House, even though Priscilla told her not to. And Richard tells her straight up, like, look, I'm not coming home. But why not? Where are you going? I'm going somewhere to think. And of course, we know it has to do with his father. And 2 other scenes to talk about. It looks like Alan is in his office again, and he's like, if I do this, hey, don't worry, we'll keep you safe. So it looks like he's on the phone with the FBI agents that, wanted him to copy and send Donald's personal files over to them, and they can use that against, the administration. Now, remember, Donald specifically said, now look, I'm not at the White House. I specifically need you in the office looking over my stuff, keeping my files safe, making sure nobody looks at them. And I mean, I'm with Alan because him being at work just signifies that no one else is able to access the files but him. See, it was different if, let's say, you know, something happened to the effect of, while he was in jail and Dale was at the apartment and those flash drive looking devices had copies of Donald's files. If, let's say, he said, look, you know, I got this box in my apartment, you can grab those because that's the safest way of doing it, because if I go back to the office and send those files, it's easy to trace it back to me. But if I'm locked up in here, then, you know, there's a less likely chance that I'll be suspect. But then again, you could argue that Donald, being as crafty and paranoid as he is, could say, well, you know, how long you been working for me, Alan? Well, how do I know you didn't cut a deal with these FBI guys? You know, like maybe you had some files stashed away for a rainy day in the event that something like this would happen where you find yourself locked up and need a bargaining chip. I mean, that's possible because Donald is that kind of person to ask those kind of questions. So, yeah. What's the phrase they always say? Like, you know, he'll ask you a question even though he already knows the answer to it to see if you're telling the truth or not. So Alan could find himself in trouble, but we'll just have to wait and see. Not to mention, Donald is coming to the White House, so can Alan pull it off without Donald knowing? Okay, Kyle tells Donald that Sam is on the server and he saw everything he just did. What the heck is Kyle doing? I don't know. He saw everything I just did. I don't really know what Kyle is up to. I mean, aside from escorting Alan back to the White House, I don't know. Unless he was sent to the bunker to mess with Kareem, but I don't think that's the case either. So, yeah. I guess that's what the title is about, Sound of Silence, how both Alan and Sam are doing things, you know, electronically that they're trying to keep, you know, on the down low so nobody knows about it. But, yeah. So, with that being said, that's all. Well, actually, this video is a lot longer than I thought it'd be, all things considered. But for now, make sure you take a moment to like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And I'll catch you in the next video.